Hari Om. I'm Sandeep Singh Mahajan from Muscat Bapu Parivar. I'm in Muscat since 2005 and I came to Bapu's fold 2007 end. I'm working for insurance, general insurance in Muscat. This January we had we went through a physical and a mental traumatic accident and experience which I want to share with you. It was 26 January, it was a Friday. And we also in Muscat, Bapu Parivar has also organized Sahopasana. We had scheduled at different months depending upon Bapu's that's the Pascharya period. And this Friday it was Ashubhanashini Stavanam was planned from 8 to 8. Thursday we have an Upasana in the temple. So Thursday, generally what happens is we organize food and all that stuff. Anjana will get, they will say that okay, they will tell 2-3 Veeras to make some tea, coffee, and so that in the breaks people can have it, and then food is also organized. So nobody told her during that after the Upasana. So when we were on the way, then somebody, one of the Veeras rang up and said, we were just discussing, I told Anjana, this time you escaped, nobody told you to prepare tea or coffee in the morning. So immediately the phone came that Anjana, please bring these 40-80 cups of tea, it was, isn't it? Yeah, tea in the morning. So they said fine, we were discussing, you didn't get it, you got it. Now you get up a little more earlier in the morning and do it. And then we had decided that okay, we'll pick up 2 more Veeras and then we'll go from our place. Morning, as usual, you have shortage of time, then I have to walk my dog, and then Aditi's exam, 12th thing, whether she was to stay home, so her preparation has to be done and all that stuff. And I was getting irritated over here that you should have got up a little early so that the tea was actually not ready. So I was waiting. I said that we have to pick up Mrudula Veera and Ashwini Veera also, and then we have to go to, and we'll be late, so we have to reach in time. So she said, I don't know why, but the tea is not coming to a boil. I said, you tell Nandai that let it happen. She has a Nandai's photo in her kitchen and all. So she said, I already did that, but it is not, unless it gets boiled, it won't taste good. I have to do that. So finally that 5-6 minute delay was there, and then we started. We picked up these 2 Veeras. So me and Anjana was sitting in the front. I got a 4-wheel drive Ford Explorer, which is a heavy vehicle. And Mrudula Veera and Ashwini Veera, they were sitting in the back. We were going, the Muscat, the road speeds are quite high. You can drive, the speed limit is 100-120 kilometers. People generally drive at a much higher speed. And Muscat has a very dubious distinction of having the largest number of road accidents per capita globally. The number of population and the accidents happening, and I am in insurance. So last 20 years for me accidents means 15 lakhs of rupees, amputated hands, gone life. So it means you know that the sensitivity goes off. You do feel bad when you see people like that in the files and all, but then ultimately it dries off. So but this was very close when we also were just short of ending up in a motor claim file on some insurance company's table. We were going at maybe about 80-90 kilometers of speed. There was a flyover where it goes on the Kurum Heights road. And when you're going up, we were just talking about the program and all that stuff. Suddenly I see on the high speed lane, 2 saloon cars in front of me, they are suddenly going to the slower lane. So suddenly my mind said, why these guys are taking such a sharp cut and going on that lane. So by that time, because the sun is also coming, it's early in the morning, about 7:30, 7:45-ish types. And then I see there is a mini bus, Toyota Hiace. It's a big mini bus with a hazard light on. I said, oh my God, that bus was in the faster lane. It was stationary and the hazard lights were on. And immediately I slammed my brakes. Those who were in the saloon cars, they went into the slower lane and they were passing off. And not much of distance was there. I slammed my brakes. Later on we came to know that there was oil also on the road. And we also always used to make fun of the old Hindi movies where the things happen in slow motion. As kids, as college goers, we always used to make fun that Bollywood movies mein everything happens in slow motion. But that was really the time when I saw that those moments going in slow motion. Now, with no very short distance was like me till video camera, and then the thing is going frame by frame in my eyes, and you know that I am going to hit that car because my full brakes are slammed, and then it is slowly it is going. I said now it's going to hit, now it's going to hit, now it's going to hit. The last glance, there's a Bapu's picture which I had taken from Juhi Nagar on my dashboard. I just put a glance on him and I said now it's going to crash. Suddenly Anjana shouted Bapu. She said Bapu in a loud voice, and boom, wo dhar se that my vehicle hit that minibus. Now when the bus hit, still that my vehicle, the speed was such and it was skidding. So the vehicle, because now my vehicle was also heavy with 4 passengers, and that minibus was empty actually. So it went about 25-30 meters ahead. Both the vehicles went ahead and then it stalled. My vehicle was hit. I tried taking it towards the left hand side. We drive on the wrong side over there. So the most of the impact came on the passenger where Anjana was sitting. Of course on my side also, but major impact was on this side. Both the airbags opened up, and for a fraction of a second I paused. Means suddenly I closed my eyes, and by the time I opened it, I just saw behind whether the 2 Veeras who were there, they were fine or not. They seemed to be okay. Then I looked at Anjana. She had banged her head on the airbag, so she had a little impact on her teeth. And then I realized that everybody is intact. Seat belts were there obviously, but everybody was intact, and the vehicle was. I didn't feel any jhatka on my body. No impact. And then we got down. Her passenger side door was little difficult in opening. I got the 2 Veeras out. By that time, the other guy came in. He opened up, and then I was dazed. Then that driver came in. I said. Then we tried restructuring the thing. What had happened was, in that faster lane, little before, one smaller car like a Chevrolet Spark, smaller cars you said, that was stalled. There was one Gujarati couple going on to picnic. So this guy, he was a Malayali Muslim guy who was driving that minibus. It was a cargo bus. He had got down. The only thing is he didn't take the vehicle to the extreme shoulder and stopped it. He stopped in the fast lane, and he was pushing that vehicle. That Gujarati couple was sitting in the vehicle, and he was pushing them out into the that shoulder so that they come out of the traffic. Now the thing is, then we realized that the accident happened exactly when that smaller vehicle and this guy pushing were out from our lane. Had that accident happened 5 minutes before, I'm sure that guy would have got crushed between his own vehicle and that small car. So that 5 minutes difference was that he got saved. He started praising Allah, and I said, and I was also relieved, because even if something doesn't happen to you, if due to you, if somebody gets and that impact would have killed him, because it was a huge impact. Because when we came out and we saw the vehicles and all, later on we came to know that even my vehicle, the Ford Explorer as well as Toyota Hiace, both were total loss. So both vehicles went in for a total loss. It was such a heavy impact. And then I didn't have any problem. The ladies behind where one Ashwini Veera, she had a little bruise on her elbow. The other Mridula Veera had little jhatka lagta usse. But otherwise everybody was fine. The Ashwini Veera just took out the udi and applied it. Anjana had a little impact on her teeth. And immediately I phoned up my friend from the building now, because the police and all will come. And I was waiting for him to come, and who comes first? Means it was luckily there was no vehicle behind us, otherwise it would have been a big pile up. So the first people to arrive on the scene were other Bapu Parivar members who were also going for Sahopasna. So the first people to land on the accident scene means we were there, that guy whose vehicle was there, and that Gujarati couple, the vehicles involved in the accident, they were there. And the first people outside this accident to come were the Bapu Parivar people. 3 vehicles came in. And then they said, means they were also astonished, but I said, fine, it is fine. You guys carry on because the Sahopasna has to start. And because these ladies were fine enough, I said, you take them. Because I will have to, my vehicle is also now has to be towed and police thing has to be done. So these guys proceeded. And my building friend, who's also Bapu Devotee, he was studying for his MBA exam, so he was not to participate in the Sahopasna. He came. In the meantime, the ROP, the Oman police, we call a Royal Oman Police as the ROP, they came. And incidentally, that inspector also who came, who was the most rowdiest inspector I have seen, because they're very cool otherwise. They're not like your Indian police who start with that. They will do first, Salam Alaikum, how are you, how's family, and then only they go into the things very coolly and chill about it. But this guy was very rowdiest inspector over there. He fined about 6-7 cars, because now the traffic was going, simply because they were not slowing down in the accident site. And he also took a panga with the ministry, their special number plate car driver also, that person who was a VIP, that why he didn't. So what I'm trying to tell is, that kind of an inspector got the case. The first thing he said is, because you are hit from behind, it's your fault. Obviously, because whosoever hits from the behind is the faulty party generally. I tried reasoning him that the vehicle was stopped, there was oil, it couldn't. Then he said that no, then he put a charge against me that you were over speeding. He said no, it cannot be that 70-80 speed you have rammed at such a big impact has happened. So that physical part was now over. That physical part we came out by Bapu's grace without any problem. Now my mental trauma started. The thing is that now they said that they will organize for the towing and all, and then he said that you will be charged for overspeeding. In overspeeding in Oman, what happens is, whatever these things are there, like you jump the red signal or you do overspeeding and all, they put you in a lockup for 24 hours, 48 hours. And that being a weekend, because I always, and that is since I've started driving over there, it always used to be a dreadful thing for me, because jokingly people used to say that they serve you biryani over there. I am a very staunch vegetarian. So I said that I always used to dread, then I always used to jokingly say that I drive carefully because I don't want to end up over there, and then what will I get to eat over there? And on a weekend means Friday, Saturday gone. I said now this is very problem thing, and then they took me to the police station. Language is a problem, because all these ROP people speak Arabic, and you know that generally even when it comes, they will show that they do not understand any English or even Hindi. And then they took it, and then we are waiting over there, and then they called. Nobody understands. That other guy, that Malayali guy, he knew Arabic, so he was a good guy. He told his version of the thing. And then he said, then they started making, and then they saw that, okay, Sharkat Al Tamin, insurance company general manager. So they insurance company, and again the police have they have a panga with them. So they said, okay, now I'll fix this guy. I could see his body language, though everybody fell into the line, and they started saying that now you have to go to the lockup. I said, Bapu, ab to main gaya. I was the most thing which I used to dread. Now I have to go. I thought it was not the ignominy of going into the lockup. It was thing, what I will eat, and I can't do a fast. I am a diabetic, and in the morning I said that we'll do breakfast in the Bapu Niwas before Sahopasna. So I hadn't taken anything. I said I started feeling faint. What do you call hypoglycemia or whatever, that sugar started going. I said, ab to main gaya. Now the thing is, they are saying, and my friend is there, Nilesh, he also knows Arabic very little, and now we are totally at the mercy, and they are doing like typical police, they play with your psychologically. They are just leaving you have to wait, and then there are certain expats coming in, and they are shouting at them, and then typical, now I am seeing that Indian police style over there inside the police station. They are shouting, and then it seems they are hitting. I said, now you have a difficult time, and it's very easy when you tell to others Bapu is there, you do this chanting, you say Om Mana Samarthya Data, he will there, you keep calm, Bapu आपल्या सोबत नेहमी चालत असतात, he has said that. But when you it's very easy to say like that, but when जो भी होगा वो अच्छे के लिए होगा, Bapu said that okay, you do not know what happens, he knows what is better for you, but when you yourself are there in that situation, it is difficult remembering those things. I started chanting Guru Kshetra mantra, but my mind was in so much of turmoil that three paragraphs, it was difficult for me to chant it very this thing. So then I said, okay, I'll chant Om Mana Samarthya Data. That's a one single 5 words are there. Even that I was not able to focus, because my mind was really, I never went through that mental trauma, because it was all these police people and not knowing Hindi, not knowing Arabic, and all was weighing on my head. And then they said it was, and all those things added up. My BlackBerry also, the battery got discharged at that same time. Only one of my office guy I had called up. Now I needed a Omani person to come. Now what happens in the weekends, when it is a Jummah, Friday, Saturday we have weekends, all our Omani people, they generally come from the Mofusils, like from the villages and all. So they all go back to there. So even a weekend, if you want to have any Omani assistant from your office, you will get no one, because everybody is 200, 300 kilometers. So I said, okay. In that, then I said, what to do. I said, it was not like that is the time when I guess Bapu was also trying to test that you tell so many things about to everybody else, like you know, that gyan dene wali baatein wo, but then he said, now I'll see. And I was saying to myself, don't worry, Bapu is there, he will get you out of this, you will get out of this. But then the thing is that कुतर्क करने वाला जो अंदर दूसरा संदीप महाजन था ना, he was more aggressive there. बोलता अच्छा, what is going to do now? That you are seeing that they are going to put you in the lockup. What is going to happen? Where is Bapu? I said chill. But then the other part was more stronger in me. So I just said fine. I said now the thing is I was trying to build up my mental thing by constantly taking Bapu's name. Ultimately, that Om Mana Samarthya Data was also trying to be too long for me, so I just came down to Bapu. So at that time, like it was like Rohila. So that time I realized, because we wrote so many times that why Rohila used to shout so much, and then Baba used to say ki tachi ti durbuddhi ji baiko hai ti tala chhadayla yete, and that's why he shouts. So that time I was trying to stifle that other evil voice in me by saying Bapu as loudly in my mind as possible. And then slowly that effect started coming in, and then I said chill. Then as Bapu said that he walks with us. I said then what is the problem? He walks with us. No, why you are so worried? Then slowly the things which I used to tell others, then started sinking in me. And then I said, okay, Bapu is saying Bapu will be with you. Why you are worried? If Bapu thinks that going to a lockup is good for you, he will take care of you. Why you are worried about food? There's no other thing. It's not like in India where if you in government, I was in a public sector, if you are more than 24 hours in a lockup and all, you get suspended automatically and all that stuff. It is not like that over there. It's a traffic offense. Fine, it is a speeding offense. What they are trying to make a case against you, and you are not able. Bapu feels that you have to go over there. He will take care. If you're worried about food, if he has brought you over here, he will be there. And then I said, okay, no problem. Bapu is also going to come to lock up with me. Now we can really laugh, but at that time of situation, and what position I was, I had gone through. I don't say that I have gone through many traumatic incidents, but having lost my mother, my father, and so many other things which have happened, but not to that extent. I was literally getting shivering and trying to. So then I said fine, and that junior police guy was there. He says, okay, you take out this ring, this thing, this chain, and give it to your friend. He's telling in that half English. Means that was an indication that now you have to go. By that time I said, okay, fine. I said, I just took Bapu's name and I said, okay, fine. Now Bapu will take care. Now I don't have any issues going to it. And I took my watch out. Then that guy only said that I'll bring breakfast for him because he's a diabetic, let him eat. So that police wala said, no problem. You have your breakfast, then we'll take you. I said, small mercy. I said, fine. But what I'm trying to tell you, the moment it went inside me that Bapu is there with me and he's going to take care, the things took a 180 degrees turn. The moment I reconciled to the fact that okay, no problem now. I told myself I had come to very much at peace with myself. I said no problem. I'll go to the locker 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever time they say. Bapu is going to be there with me. I'll come out. The moment I realized 100% in my heart and my all bodily functions came normal, blood pressure, pulse rate, I felt good about it. Suddenly, one Nasser, who's the legal officer of my company, walks in. He said, don't worry, Sandeep, I'm here now. I said, fine. But I said that this is the thing, don't worry. Now, the moment that Omani person came in, everything changed. Now, they were all brothers and it was all alhamdulillah and all everything good. And suddenly the atmosphere is changed now. He had made some memo to transfer me to the lockup and all. He tore up and threw it in the dustbin. That 120 is that speed, exceeding the speed thing was there. He tore up that also because that also calls for certain fine, 4,000, 5,000 equivalent of Indian rupees. He tore that off also. And then now he's asking me, you give me your number, so when my car insurance renewal is there, I'll come to you and then you give me a discount. I said, Bapu, this is really great. You wanted me to learn this lesson, and then it was really the way the things changed, and within a fraction of a second, the moment that guy came in, everything changed, and now everything is hunky-dory. They're talking, they're joking, and then they said, okay, fine. No, I said no case, no nothing. This is nothing. They gave my license back. They said everything is fine. Now you go, and later on the insurance company can take that vehicle from that wherever it had gone, and then everything went fine. By that time, this accident happened at around about 7:45, and by this time it was I think 1:30 or 2. So you imagine that this much of traumatic period, because till 9 I think 9:15, 9:20 we were at the accident spot, and rest everything we spent in the police station. So all this thing was happening, what I described in last 15-20 minutes happened in the police station over this long period. So it was, the physical thing was, we came out in one piece, and not only the Bapu's devotees, me, my wife and the two Veeras who were going with us, but that unknown person who was, and looking at him, he was so grateful. Like we were also very much, we were saying, we were really at that point of time, we said, Bapu ne bachaya ye, jo accident hua. And one very relevant thing I'll tell you, that just a month before this big accident, what had happened is, I've got a basement parking in my office. Now Ford Explorer is a bigger vehicle, so it takes a little more space to turn and all, but basement parking, last 3 years I am going in that parking. You know that it becomes a routine thing. You just go over there, you park, and everything goes like you go at some 10-15 kilometer, even 5 kilometer speed in the basement. There's a pillar, there are 3 slots, and there is a pillar. So this next to the pillar slot is my parking slot. So 1 month before this big accident happened, I am just going over there and parking. It's not a reverse parking. I'm just taking my vehicle and putting it inside like every day, 3-4 times a day I do. Suddenly I hear a loud noise. I said, where from? Something came under the tire. And then I realized that I have hit that column, that pillar, concrete pillar. It has a rubber beading over there with over it to take care of all these scratches and all. So my God, how this happened? I came out, and then I saw that the right portion of my vehicle, the bumper, the headlight, and the Ford Explorer is a heavy vehicle. It has got a side panel next to the bonnet. It was all crumpled, like it was like an aluminum foil. I still couldn't realize that how at that 2-3-4 kilometer speed when I am turning, that steel sheet panel has crumpled like anything. that time also I said okay, fine, Bapu ki kripa se ye accident, we and Anjana said that you should say thanks to Bapu, because this accident was scheduled maybe on the road and all, nothing happened, it went ahead, it had happened in the parking. Later on, then when we were doing in retrospection, we realized, because after this accident when I sent my vehicle to the garage, the bumper was changed, it was a new bumper, the grille was changed, the headlight was changed, and that most important of that side steel panel was changed. And when this big accident happened, that was the side which bore the major of the impact, where my wife was sitting. So that's when we realized this after 2-3 days, that, and she was the only one who realized that why this had I'm sorry, why this had happened a month earlier. He said that Bapu got those very vital parts. We were slotted to go under this experience. That was, if something has to happen, Bapu ensures that the things go little easier on you. But if it is what he says, no, like if it is written in your prarabdh, but he will get you out lightly on that. So that's the day when we realized that by that accident he actually got those very vital parts changed, so that vehicle had got strengthened. I'm sure if those parts were still there, because my bumper was little looser, because generally it bumps into it was little loose, the vehicle was also 4-year-old, but now I had in fact a very brand new front side of my vehicle, and that's what the vehicle took that impact on. So that is the time when we realized, we said that it's very one thing to read, and when actually Bapu says that in the pravachan, or when you read the Granth, because when I try reading Granth, so many things go above my head, but somebody told me that Bapu says you shouldn't worry about it, whatever is good for you or whatever is necessary for you, that only goes in your mind. And that time when I realized, I said yes, so many things we have read, but to experience it, and to experience his grace in this way is really a phenomenal thing. Shri Ram.
Hari Om. My husband Sandeep Mahajan has just told his experience about our accident. I would like to add something in that. Actually, we are alive just because of Bapu's grace, and Bapu is with us all the time. We can feel him, we can talk to him, and he is with us all the time. And one more thing I want to add, Sandeep Singh told about 5 minutes, why my tea was not boiling that day. Every time I take tea, but that day why it happened so? Because it was destined, maybe Bapu had created that way, that man was pushing the car, the van man, and he was saving 2 lives there. And suppose we could have, that was the time, 5 minutes time, which he could save himself, and our car came just after that. So maybe Nandai, Bapu, Suchit Dada had destined this thing for us, that take time here, so you will save 3 lives over there. And really, there was no scratch I just had little bit of shock in my teeth. Otherwise, there was no scratch on everybody's body. Everybody was safe. If you will see the car, like people were saying, how come everybody is safe? Like the car is totally broken from the front. Like he told, the new parts he had got, everything was totally crushed, broken, all the glass. It was fully smashed, and just nobody was able to believe like how we all are coming out safely and walking and going, talking, no scratch, nothing. So it's all Bapu's grace. Like Bapu says, no, maja save jo preme ye seal, ashakya shakya mi karin. That thing happened that day, and we really are because of Bapu we are here. Shri Ram. Hari Om Bapu. I love you, Bapu.